So, attention is being called to the rules that you make in your life, Scorpio, the conditions that you create, and how they do or don't support the unfoldment of your goals. Hi, I'm Madeline. Nice to meet you. Or if you're back, hi, welcome back. Isis, this little lump over here, also says hi. So, we've got an eclipse coming up April 8th, new moon in Aries, the official astrological new year. And Scorpio, that is bringing your sixth house of health, service, and organization into the spotlight. A new beginning, a clean slate is called for, and an eclipse usually awakens us to some things, brings some things, and in this case, your responsibilities to yourself and your responsibilities to others will tend to be highlighted under this eclipse. So you might notice something like physical, in like, my hip or my back or my this or that is giving me a little bit of trouble, and I feel like it's time to address that. If that should come up, really take care of it. If some other like, this, this is the house of organization. So something like, oh, my work area is so, messy, or maybe all the things that I need are not within easy reach. And there are ways that I could make this a little more efficient, a little more streamlined, really create the conditions for success. That's the theme here, is creating the conditions both in your physical body, which is ruled the sixth house rules, and your environment. How the rules for life, not to invoke Jordan Peterson. But the rules for life that you make, it's time to notice which ones are working, and maybe some new ones need to be implemented for your highest good. Okay. That said, Scorpio, let's pull some tarot cards. Let us look at the dynamics Scorpio is encountering this month. Spirit, we want to know what is showing up for Scorpio in the month of April, the truth for their highest good. And we want to know in turn, Spirit, how is Scorpio showing up within those dynamics? What do my Scorpio people need to know for their highest good, Spirit, for their security, peace, abundance, fulfillment, joy? What do Scorpio people need to know in the month of April, Spirit, for their highest good? Helpful or hindering influences, internal and external events. What truth would you like to show to Scorpio people this month for their highest good? Let's see what we got here. Thank you, Spirit. Bless you, Isis. Scorpio. Scorpio in the month of April. Spirit is saying, yes, we want you to look at how you do or do not show up for yourself. And that is not an invitation to chide or blame yourself. It's genuinely like, hey, how do I do at that? Do I keep my promises to myself? Do I prioritize myself? Do I make sure, cliche as it is, that my cup is full, and that if anything, I'm giving from the overflow, and I'm never giving until I'm at the last drop. And now I'm like thirsty and everybody suffers, right? If Scorpio is suffering, we can be fairly sure that everybody in their vicinity is doing a little bit of suffering. And in turn, if you are thriving, everyone around you is doing a bit more thriving, Wow, talk about an awakening. Jeez. It's good. It's good. I'll pick up and show you in just a second. Wow. A lot of major arcana here, Scorpio. Ooh, these eclipses. They do be eclipsing stuff. Hey, beautiful. Spirit is saying you are going to begin to question and perhaps demolish your all or nothing approach, which is shocking to hear for Scorpio people. Let's look at the center of your spread. When I say awakening energy, boy, howdy, Jesus. The very center, the Chariot. Love to see it. You're making good and bold moves, bold decisions, moving in the direction that you want. I'm also hearing discipline with this. So lots of you are showing a marked amount of self-discipline, like this is what I want, and this is, I know that these are like, this is how I stay on the track. If I do this, this, and this, I will be on the track, like bending the arc of life toward the destination that I want to arrive at. So I love to see that. It looks like you are gathering all of your strengths, your quote unquote weaknesses, your doubts, your hopes, your fears, all of this, the conscious and the unconscious, the light and the dark, are all in service of what it is you are trying to do. And life is conspiring to awaken you too. Hello, Gabriel blowing the horn, walls coming down, dead rising from the grave, coming back to life, recognition, realization. Wake up call. And you are responding. And life is sweet. Life looks very sweet, especially when it comes to like family. And when I say family, yes, that can be absolutely 100% biological, but that can also be like chosen family, like our embraced community. Sitting in the basement of your reading, Six of Cups, and crowning your reading, Two of Cups. Very romantic energy here, undeniably. And in the climate around and available to you, the Ten of Pentacles. So, I mean, these could certainly be these people, right? Um, they grow up into kids who, you know, first it started with a crush, started with a first date, and then they end up together. That type of thing, right? So lots of sweetness, lots of romance. Some of you are in beautiful, steady, long-term partnerships and relationships, and it feels like there's like a surge of, maybe it's like even celebrating an anniversary, because it feels like a surge of memories. It feels like, oh, remember that time? Or, you know, maybe you are on a road trip and you go to a place where you've been before together, and it's like, oh, remember, this is where we took that picture, or this is where you proposed, or this is kind of like the energy that I'm getting. And for those of you that might be single, and if you've been here before, you know that this is not my shtick, okay? If any of you are single and have been like on the lookout or hoping for that, to have that experience, to have that fall in love and that crush experience, it's certainly showing up for you this month. Six of Cups, when it doesn't imply a reunion, like actually re-encountering someone from your past, or maybe just like a relationship that you have with someone from your deep past. So there's that kind of feeling of like, we really know each other. They really know sides of me that other people don't, blah, blah, blah. We have history, right? So for some of you, that's going to be literally the case. And for others of you, it's like the kind of relationship where it feels like that, where it's like, wow, I definitely don't know you from the past, but it's like we've known each other our whole lives. Very sweet, very lovely energy. Now, I'm glad that you have all of this. Spirit is using the word determination, and they're saying they mean that on a couple different levels, like determination as in like the stick to itiveness and the like the doggedness, and also the determination in the sense that like a scientist can make a determination after they look at the evidence, like, ah, this is what is true, this is what is here. And knowing this truth, I can't live this lie anymore. Okay? In the position representing where you find yourself, the tower, shaken apart, something that you thought would stand forever or was always going to be true is dissolving, is eroding. Now, Spirit is saying something, before I say this, this is an important time to remind you that, of course, you know that you're listening to a general reading because you're here on the interwebs, right? I'm an intuitive reader. Spirit talks and I relay the message. Spirit, like as I look at this tower now, Spirit is saying, some of you, this is a literal, like, the land that my home is built on is eroding. Like, I know that's very specific, but listen, that's why I say when Spirit asks me to say something, I just say it. It doesn't matter if it goes for only one single Scorpio that is listening to this. It's like, if this is an issue, don't ignore this issue. And it might be kind of coming and knocking on your door this month. Um, or you're going to be getting early indicators for what is to come. And Spirit is like, please don't ignore these. And I will say that that goes for all Scorpios. If something in your life appears to be eroding, for example, like, oh, you know what, this job that I have, I've been noticing that, they've been letting people go or stuff like that. It's like, this is eroding. Notice that. Be aware of that. Like, take the wake up call for what it is. And for others of you, it can be something like, oh, this connection. What Spirit is saying is like, this person is showing me who they are. Like, damn, I really thought that this was like this wonderful, sweet, lovely thing. And then kapowie, like, I didn't respond to a text for a few hours and I opened my phone and it was paragraphs of abuse. You know what I'm talking about? Like, oh, so you're totally off kilter and this is not what I thought it was. That kind of thing. So Spirit again is saying, so when someone shows you what they are, who they are, and if a certain long-standing tradition or belief shows you what it is and what it's worth, and it turns out that it's not worth much, believe that and allow it to dissolve, and know that if anything, it's like getting out of your way. You've got places that you want to go, and the places that you want to go, you cannot be held in and held back by old bullshit beliefs that were truly like blocking out the sky. Okay? You have been on a journey, Scorpio, a healing journey. And I know that that's like, ooh, cliche, whatever. That's what I'm hearing. Cleansing yourself, freeing yourself, becoming more of yourself. And it's like peeling away layers that keep you from being able to give of yourself. Like the way that the star is naked. She is not dressed up. She is not doing anything. Like, she's not spinning any fucking plates. She is pouring what she has to give into the source that gives to all and onto the land so that it can continue to thrive. She is innocent. She is pure. She is imperfect. She is shining. The star is the card that comes right after the tower numerically. Sometimes we have to blow the top off so that we can see the stars, so that we can be guided. We have to free ourselves from armor that we have put on that keeps us from being in touch with ourselves and our spirit. So that's what Spirit is saying, is like some armor may be eroding for some of you. And that is a good thing. So many cards sitting in the hopes and fears position. 3 of Cups. It's like, and this makes so much sense to me. I'm a Scorpio stellium person myself. This makes a lot of sense to me because Scorpio, it's like the longing for connection, for friendship, for a sharing of yourself and with others, and the fear of that. Like, oh, opening myself up to other people is vulnerable, is scary. And some people who are not your people are being removed, and armor is being removed so that you can be open and available to your people, to the people that are becoming your people, new friends, new communities. You are safe, you are protected. A reminder, climate around you, 10 of Pentacles. So whatever towers may fall, you are still protected, you are still loved, you still have a foundation that is real and true and lasting. It's just not this other thing. This old belief system is eroding, and in theory, it is setting you free. It doesn't always feel like that. It don't always feel like, oh, yay, thanks for setting me free from my shitty day job that was holding me back from what I'm really supposed to be doing in life. I want that fucking job or whatever. I totally get it. That's why it's the tower. And the tower was never going to stay standing, and that's the truth. So it's like, well, if it fell down now or if it fell down in a year and a half, it was going to fall down. Might as well go ahead and get on with getting what's next, taking this rubble and building a road or building a bridge or etc. But it's not to rebuild a tower. It's not that. So when something or someone shows you who they are, believe them and respond accordingly. And accordingly does not mean armor up, climb back up into a tower and try to keep yourself safe. No, it's the opposite. It's be more of yourself, be more real. Respond to the wake-up call. In the key position, 3 of Wands, your ships are coming in. A new adventure beckons. You have stepped out. I mean, and perhaps it's because the tower fell down, so you had to step out. But either way, you are stepping into a new adventure. It is, again, eclipse season. If there is a time to open yourself up to new opportunities, new jobs, put out resumes, put out calls, put out pitches, ask to be on podcasts or start your podcast or whatever. I don't know why I'm hearing that, but I'm just sharing it. Open up, step out, be adventurous, be bold. That serves you. Being bold and being decisive 100% serves you. Trusting what is showing up for you and moving with it, that serves you. Sitting in the future, finally, 2 more major arcana cards. Justice, followed by Temperance. These cards have a lot in common. They're about balance and harmony. Justice says, make a good decision. Weigh all of the evidence, weigh all of the factors, and make a decision that feels solid inside of you. Take your time with that, okay? The decision that you will make, it looks like it brings you to a happier, more well and like healthy place in life. Temperance is moderation. You know, the tower is extremes. Temperance is, oh, you know what? Staying up really late results in me waking up really late, which is the thing that means I don't prioritize that writing project I have, which leads me to feeling bad about myself. So you know what? Let me make this adjustment. I'm going to go to sleep half an hour earlier or 15 minutes earlier each night, or set my alarm 15 minutes earlier each day until I'm waking up at the time that I want so I can do the thing or whatever. It's gentleness. It's easing in. And I like to see Temperance when we have that eclipse happening in your 6th house of like the health of the environment and the body, because Temperance is the kind of card that we want to get when we're asking questions about those realms of our lives. Gentleness, ease, and the fact that not going hard is literally the thing that will bring you to success, which is at the end of this Temperance path. Gentleness. You know, we talked about giving from your cup, and making sure that it stays full and that you're giving from the overflow, because then your cups never run out. So if I did a really long day yesterday, then that means today I need extra rest so that tomorrow I'm back in balance and I'm not putting myself in like energetic or emotional debt. You know what I'm talking about? And then I have to make up for it, and then it starts doing this, and that's what leads usually to tower moments. So you're having an awakening that a more moderate, gentle approach serves you. Okay? Okay. Let's pull a couple cards from the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck to cap off your reading. External events helping Scorpio make better choices, more aligned choices. It's kind of like, well, if this thing gets out of your way, it's a lot easier to make the choice that is actually good for you. Okay, Spirit, we got it. What star codes would you like to offer Scorpio for their highest good, Spirit, as they navigate these energies in April? What advice do you want to offer them? Wow. Love to see it. So, again, got a solar eclipse happening, and then that is demonstrated here with the moon. And the key word on this card is perception. And your second card, 9th house, the house of adventure, journeys, philosophy, big ideas of exploration. Well, you are shifting where you're going on your path, according to this spread, going by what, you know, the awakening that you have, the judgment moment where everything becomes really clear, / the tower moment where similarly everything becomes really clear. Like, if this is how it's going to be forever, what then? Would you say, yes, I'm willing to do this if it was like this forever? Or would you say, no, this is eroding? This is a clear sign of erosion. And if I stay despite, all odds or whatever, then eventually my house is going to get swallowed up by the sea. If I am being shown that, then I have to move with that perception. So get clear and move with the epiphany. Okay? Ninth house, new adventure. A new adventure begins, and it comes when you shift your perception, everything else opens up. It's not the other way around. And I know that can sound like bullshit. What can I say? It's not. You can do a lot on the inside, and outside stuff just shifts to meet you. But that's a topic for another video. Okay. What do you think, Scorpio? Anything showing up for you? Any questions? Any thoughts, rhymes, reflections? Would love to hear if you want to share. And if you ever want to get a personal reading, the ways to do that are linked in the description box below. I deeply appreciate your time, Scorpio. I really hope that this has been as good for you as it was for me. And I hope that your messages serve you all month long. And if I don't see you in your mid-month reading, then I hope that I will see you in May. Till next time, Scorpio.